Hello everybody, welcome back. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. and here we are. Hello, good to see you all. Pull this a little closer. So we are talking about the different psychic abilities tonight, the different types of psychic gifts everyone has, and which one is your primary, and I'll explain to you the different types and how to know which one's your primary, and also a little bit about how to develop those different abilities. Some people call them gifts, some people call them abilities. They're abilities, that you can develop them. However, a lot of people like to call them gifts from spirit. So, actually, a lot of you probably know the High Priestess card in the tarot deck, especially if you are a reader. So let me pull out the High Priestess card, because the High Priestess card is a perfect representation of the psychic. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find her real quick. There she is. 78 cards, and I've gotten pretty good at just seeing the edge to know which one it is. Hey Elizabeth, hey Shell, hey everybody. Hey Thomas. So this is the High Priestess card, and she is representative. Oh my goodness, it's Thomas's birthday. Happy birthday, Thomas. Oh wow, very cool. All right, Mr. Gemini. So this is the High Priestess card, and she is the psychic. She represents the psychic. Oh, it's your birthday card. Oh, I know it's your birthday this week, though, right? What day is it? Which day is it? This is your card. This is always our card, right? It is the psychics, right? Us that do the oracle work. This is our card. This is the oracle. June 11th. Okay, it's Sunday. Right. Okay. So this is the card of the oracle. And so if you are doing psychic work, if you are doing channeling, this is a good card to get in touch with and meditate on. But, hey there. But I want to talk to you about the different types of psychic abilities that we have, and how they are associated with the different chakras, and how you use the different chakras to, enhance your abilities. So, any questions before we get started? Anybody have anything basic about this week or anything going on? I know there's a lot of interesting energies. Venus is now, I believe it's back in Taurus, which is its exalted area. Okay. Well, people are just asking me about what I'm going to teach. So, or empower ourselves? Yes, I'm going to talk to you about empowering yourself. Is this witchcraft? Witchcraft. It depends on how you define witchcraft. I don't know. I don't know if it's witchcraft. All I know is that it's spiritual, and if you're worried about it being evil, it's definitely not evil, and it's not anything that can hurt you in any way. So if that's what you're worried about, don't worry. You're fine. Everybody has psychic abilities. All it is intuition. And so I'm going to teach you a little bit about your body and how you use your body to tap into spirit. Okay? So. Okay. So there's the different types of psychic abilities. We have clairsentience, we have clairaudience, we have claircognizance, and what did I miss? Clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. The most basic one that everybody knows, right? Clairvoyance. Spirituality. Yeah, Elizabeth, exactly. It's a spirituality. But a lot of people, even though they go spirituality, but is it like Satan worshiping? I have people asking me if it's witchcraft. I don't know if you consider it witchcraft. I mean, witchcraft. What is that really? Anyways, so how does one have a born zodiac and have another? I Pisces and a rising Leo. I'm more of a Leo than a Pisces. Or are you saying Pisces? I have a Pisces and that's a very personal question. You might want to get a reading from me, actually. Okay. So with clairaudience, well, now let's start with the most basic one everybody knows is clairvoyance. Okay, so clairvoyance this one is with the third eye. And so the third eye is where your pineal gland is in the middle of your head. And the pineal gland is where we get our visions from. So when we're falling asleep at night, the pineal gland is activated by melatonin as well as some other hormones. Okay, those hormones, those chemicals that are released when our brain waves drop, those chemicals cause the visions. And the visions is, it's coming from the pineal gland, and that's why it's the third eye chakra. It's right in there. And those visions, if you're tapping into your spirit and you're saying, hey, I need answers, your pineal gland will give you the visual answers, and that's clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is the most basic one because everybody can do it, because everybody has a pineal gland. Everybody can tap into that and release more melatonin. And so when you meditate, you are releasing more melatonin from the pineal gland. And you're also, I believe you're releasing DMT, right? But anyways, it releases the hormones that give you visions. And that's clairvoyance. And some people are better able to do that at will. Now, the more you meditate, the more you can do it at will. Some people can do it at will anyways. They'll just have visions. My mom is clairvoyant. My mom will just come to me and say, I see this. And so she sees it in her head. She sees it. It's like a vision, an imagination. Clairvoyance is something that I do through what I call, I actually coined the term third eye bridging. And third eye bridging is, because I'm a hypnotist, I kind of threw the words together. When you are a hypnotist, you bridge people into a clairvoyant type of situation when you do regression work with them. And so I came up with third eye bridging, which is you do it on yourself. Right? That's not something that you have someone else do, because that would be hypnosis and regular bridging. I call it third eye bridging because you are tapping into your own pineal gland and you're kind of turning it on, making the chemicals release, and then you'll have your visions that you need, that you're requesting. Okay, so if you take my meditation course, I think it's even in my mini meditation course, deepmeditationcourse.com. You take that; it's free. I teach you about third eye bridging and stuff in there. But the clairvoyance, some people, again, are very natural at it, like my mother. Clairvoyance is something that I do, but only when I'm channeling, only when I'm meditating. It's not something that I can just walk around and go, oh, now I see a vision. Hey. Clairvoyance isn't something that I go around just doing naturally that just hits me. It's just something that I use when I'm meditating and channeling, and then I know how to create this atmosphere from my hypnosis work that I was trained in. So that's clairvoyance. So most people think, when they think of psychic work, they think of clairvoyance. A lot of psychics are very clairvoyant. They see visions, and then they have to interpret those visions. Okay. Okay. The second one I want to talk to you about is clairaudience. Now, clairaudience is more me. That's what I am. Clairaudience is when you hear spirit. So I don't hear voices in my head, but it's a thought. Okay, so the thought, the clairaudience is when the spirit speaks to you. Okay, and now that thought, that it's not from you, because you would be thinking about it, and then you would create the thought. However, when you are channeling and you're clairaudient, the clairaudience, it just kind of just comes into your head, and then you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? That's clairaudience. That's when you can hear spirit. Some people can hear actual voices. I think that's probably not a good idea if you're not able to have a boundary like that. That's a lack of a boundary with your body. That's usually from a brain injury, some type of imbalance. But I'm talking about a thought, okay? A thought. That's clairaudience. And it's when all of a sudden just a thought comes in. And when I first started doing a lot of channeling, about 6-7 years ago, I started doing a lot of channeling, really getting into the clairaudience work, and the thoughts would just stream through. And so I would start doing the automatic writing and stuff, and as I did that, I would get the most profound, very direct messages about things prophecies that were going to happen in my life, and on which moon of which month and everything. And that was amazing, because I was able to predict, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, by doing my clairaudient channeling. So it's a thought, remember. A lot of times people think, oh, you hear voices. That's not true. You don't usually hear voices when you're clairaudient. Now, you could, There was one time I remember I was working in a nightclub as a, I was like probably 22, 23 years old back in college, and I had started tapping into things and working with the tarot and everything. And as I did that, I remember I didn't know how to protect myself. I didn't understand any of that. Nobody taught me. And I remember standing in the nightclub working, and all of a sudden, like, there was somebody in my ear outside saying, "Hey, Brandy, Brandy." And I'm just turning around going, whoa, whoa. So when that happened, I was studying a book on developing psychic abilities, but it was kind of a scary book. And when that happened, I immediately shut down, and I stopped doing the work for a couple of years. That was back in probably 2000 or 2001, I think it was, 2001. Because I had been working like a little bit with the cards and astrology for about a year. So at that point I started doing some more like opening work, and with the senses and everything. That's something I teach in the psychic development classes, but I didn't understand how to control it. The person that was teaching this stuff in the books didn't explain. They were kind of scary the way they did it, and I opened myself too much, and I heard something, and it freaked me out, shut down, stopped doing it for about a year or two. And I don't recommend just running around doing channeling work. You want to have a quiet meditative space that is very safe feeling and good energy. So I stopped doing it at that point, and that was the only time I ever heard anything actually outside of my own thoughts. That was weird. And that's all they said was, "Hey, Brandy." And I was like, and that was not anybody around me at all. I mean, nobody was around me. And I'm looking going, "Whoa," and they said it in my ear again. So that was the only time that I got creeped out. So that's clairaudience. And clairaudience is actually through the heart chakra. And in fact, when you do mediumship, it's through the heart chakra. And so when I speak to spirits, I open my heart chakra, and that's how I hear them. And when your heart chakra is nice and open, you'll hear them more often. You'll hear them all the time when you need them. You ask them a question. I, in fact, negotiated with my spirit guides last week. It's kind of a personal thing that happened, but I guess I could share it with you guys. Would anyone like to hear my personal negotiation that I ended up having a deal with my spirit guides and they helped me out? Let's see. How do you open your heart chakra? Oh, hey, Christina. Hey, honey. How do you open your heart chakra? I actually teach a lot of video. I have a lot of video material on that already. I could talk about a little bit more about how to open them after I talk about the different ones, I guess. But I do have videos on that, and I know a lot of people already have watched a lot of those videos by me. I'm on Facebook and Periscope right now, just so everybody knows. I have a lot of Facebook followers, so I do videos every week. Hey, Pam. So if you do want to learn about opening those chakras and stuff, watch some of my videos on YouTube or on brandyjoy.com or on my Facebook at brandyjoytv. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Brandy Joy TV is my brand, and I have brandyjoy.com as my website, and I have a YouTube channel, Facebook page, all of that, yeah, where I have a lot of videos archived that you can watch. And I also have deepmeditationcourse.com, I have vibecourses.com, and yeah, so I have a lot of free material. Okay. Alright, so, anyways, you can negotiate with your spirit guides. Once you are clairaudient, once you can hear them and you can speak to them the way that I do, when you need something, they will reveal it to you if you really want them to. So I'll tell you guys a little personal, quick story about last week about how I negotiated with my spirit guides. This will be super short. How long does it take to open your heart chakra? Does it take a while? It depends on who you are. So it depends on a lot of factors about your heart chakra. I mean, that's very dependent on the person. It depends on how blocked you are, what chakras are blocked, because energy flows up. And so it's very dependent. You can open it just by going like this and going, and you can open it a little bit, enough to get some answers usually. It depends on you, though. But that will open it a little bit if you're trying to hear something and you are clairaudient already. But yeah, I negotiated with my guides the other day because, I've been in a situation for a couple of months with someone, and I actually had a friend on here, Tiffany, I believe it was. that had messaged me and said, hey, so there's someone draining you right now and you probably need to get away from that person. They're like a vampire in your life. And I said, yeah, I know. I'm trying to help somebody out. I was dating someone, and he was having a lot of problems, and he was draining me. And my cards, every time I would pull cards about the situation, about him, what I should do, and it was always like, not good at all. I'll get away from him. And I'm like, but I want to help this guy out. He's a nice person. And I thought he was. And so I wasn't really listening to the cards. And then Tiffany contacted me over the weekend, a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, okay, Tiffany, you're right. I do need to. And I went ahead and told the guy, I was like, listen, we're probably, we're just going to be friends, I don't, I have fun dating you and stuff, but we're going to go down to friend status probably very soon because of your situation and everything. And he was like, yeah, I know. I said, you know what, I hope you can get better with your situation. I hope that you can overcome your situation and things can get better and we could keep dating. And he was like, I really hope so too. That's what I want. Well, something wasn't feeling right. And so I negotiated with my guides. I said on Sunday, I said, all right, so I need you to reveal this new secret that he has this week. I can tell there's a secret and I need to know what it is. And they said, okay, well, we will give you the opportunity to find out what the secret is in 2 days if you go ahead and cut him out of your life when we reveal the secret. And I was like, deal, that sounds good to me, because once I know the secret, I know that I need to cut it off and that it would only be fair to me and I respect myself, and that's why I need to know. Because at the time, he was a nice guy and I felt bad about his situation. I thought maybe the cards were just saying, well, he's draining you, but he still needs help, right? I like to help people. I'm a caretaker, and that's, I'm a healer, right? So anyways, 2 days later, exactly 2 days later, something very odd happened, and it gave me the opportunity to see his messages. It was laying right next to me, the phone, and it was very odd timing. All of a sudden, he jumped up, ran out the door, and I was like, oh, and my guide said, there it is. It was exactly 2 days, 48 hours later from when I negotiated. And so I picked up the thing, opened it, and went, okay, just to see, who he was talking to. And there it was. It was his ex-girlfriend, his baby's mother, and they were back together. And he was telling her that we were not together. Oddly enough, we're on Facebook as a couple. And she was believing him, that he was just kind of living here and we're friends. And I was like, okay, well, that's odd, So I went out and I cut off the relationship. I said, hey, I know what happened. I know that you are back with your ex-girlfriend, or whatever you're doing with her, and you can't, I can't be a part of your life anymore. You lied to me, and that's all I asked you not to do was not lie to me. So I cut it off. And so when you're clairaudient and you can talk to your guides, I think it's very important to be able to talk to your guides, because you can negotiate with them and you can ask them to help you out, and they will help you. I've had them help me tremendously so many times through things. And even when you read the cards like I do and you're like, oh, I see it, but I don't want to, it's not as direct usually, especially for yourself, as when you speak to your guides. And anyways, that's my story. Always trying to see the positive. Hey, Lainey. Yes, I am always trying to see the positive in everyone, and I love everyone. I still love that person. He has a good soul in a lot of ways. He's just in this lifetime, he has a lot of development to do. That's all, and that's a lot of people. And a lot of times, as light workers, we try to help people, and we can see past the little, disrespectful issues and their, garbage and baggage and all of that, because it's like, oh, let me help you out. I understand. But anyways, that's clairaudience, and I think clairaudience is for me the most important, because I get very direct answers. They speak to me, and that's with the heart chakra. So clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. Clairsentience is also one of my favorites, and this one I'm very in touch with all the time. Clairsentience comes from your second chakra. It's down here, the womb chakra, right below the belly button. And this is the chakra of connection to other people and connection to just everything. So this connection point, this connection vortex, is all about feeling, right? So I'm a massage therapist, I'm a Reiki master, I'm big into energy work, I do Qigong, and so I can feel, and prana, the energy, the chi, you can feel that. And when you can feel that energy, right, you can feel people's auras, that's clairsentience, and you can feel, so you might go into a room and you can feel that there's a ghost in there, right, that's clairsentience. And and if you can feel like a negativity off of someone, like I knew clairsentience and claircognizance, which I'll go over in just a second, was another issue I had with this guy a couple of weeks ago, because my clairsentience was telling me something's different, something's off, and I knew when it happened, exactly when it happened. And so did my mom. I said, "Hey, Mom, something's up," because she came up to me and she goes, "Where's Noelle?" And I said, "I don't know, but something's up today." And she goes, "Something is up." And that was Saturday, I think, Friday or Saturday night, something like that. I think it was Saturday. And Sunday is when I negotiated, and then Tuesday morning was when I, So, anyways, I like to give real-world stories to you guys. Many of you know I'm a college instructor, and so when I teach, I love to give examples and stories and stuff, so it really helps to ingrain the concepts and the ideas. All right. Yeah. Okay, so clairsentience. Any questions about any of the ones I went over so far? Because I have one more very important one to go over here before I tell you a little bit more about how you can tap in more. The clairsentience one down here, the second chakra, you can really move that energy with tantric work, which I teach. And tantric work has really opened up my clairsentience ability. It's wonderful. So clairsentience is great for anybody that does like physical healing on people. Anyone that is a medical intuitive is usually very clairsentient. For instance, a friend of mine, I remember meeting her a few years back, and she was sitting next to me, and she was like, she doubled over, and she goes, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this on you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting surgery." So if you're clairsentient, you would be like a medical intuitive sometimes. You can just feel things off of people. And I know that many of us light workers are very empathic, and we can feel things off of people. And that's that second chakra. That's the clairsentience. And we get very connected to people that way. Claircognizance is your crown chakra up here. So claircognizance is all about the knowing. And this one is just where you know something. So I remember many times this has happened to me. I have a lot of claircognizance since I started doing a lot of my work, my meditative work. It opens up those chakras, and so you can use all the different chakras for the different psychic abilities, right? So claircognizance is a knowing, and there have been so many times where all of a sudden I would like meet someone. Or for instance, the guy I just dated, I remember I met him, and I've met many guys where I just would see the person, I go, and I know the person, and then I know that something will happen between us, and we will have a connection. We have some type of soul contract, and it will play out. And I just know it right when I just enter the room and see the person. And I know that it's an actual contract, a soul contract. That it's more than just like, oh, cute person I'll hang out with tonight. It's actually something where something big happens. And that is the claircognizance. That's when you know. And sometimes you'll know that, hey, this right here, this is going to happen, and this will be this type of relationship, and this will be, and then it will become this type of, you can even know that much, and I do sometimes know that, usually, actually, yeah, most of the time. It's rare that I wouldn't. So if you want to develop these abilities, any questions from you guys? I know, and the bad thing is about Facebook Live is that sometimes when you put your comments here, it skips them. So I don't even see them until after the recording, if I even see them at all, because sometimes I have like hundreds of comments, and so it's like trying to scroll back through. It's crazy. So to develop these different psychic abilities, you want to open and move the chakra energies, right? And that's mainly tantric work. That's my favorite. If you want to become an amazing channel, you do tantric work, right? So you would start with the root chakra, you open that up, and then you open the second chakra up. How long does it typically take to magnify your abilities and open? I mean, any amount of work would open and move the energies and give you more ability. So if you did 5 minutes a day, that would help. If you did 1 minute a day, that would help. If you did an hour a day, that would help even faster. So the more you do, the more it will help. When you ask your guides for help, do you have to negotiate? No, No, they wanted me to, I didn't even know, but my cards were saying it, but they wanted me to cut it off from him. And that's why my follower on here contacted me and told me to cut it off that weekend. And they wanted me to cut it off, but I hadn't been talking to him really. And I didn't ask him anything. You have to ask your guides in order to get an answer. And they wanted me to cut it off, so that's why they said, okay, we will reveal it to you in 2 days if you cut it off. And the thing is, they wanted me to cut it off because, I wanted to be friends with this person and still help the person out. They didn't want me to because he wasn't helping himself enough. And that was the whole message. So my negotiation was because they wanted me to do something. So they said, we will help you if you will do this for yourself. And I said, okay. I have deja vu all the time. Opening your chakras. Okay. So first, deja vu. I actually have a whole video on deja vu you probably want to watch. It's on, I believe it's on my Facebook. I know it's on my blog and my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Brandy Joy TV, and you look up, it's like one of my oldest videos from a couple of years ago. You can look it up. It's deja vu, though. I actually tell you all about deja vu on there. Deja vu is scanning on the other side before you come here. You see pieces of your life stream. And different streams you could take within that life. There's, quite a few depending on your choices and stuff. That's what that is. Yeah. So the clairsentience located in my stomach has been hurting me a lot lately. What does that mean? Clairsentience? That must be an attachment. You probably have an attachment to someone. What can happen is when you have sex with someone, or you even do healing work on someone that's very deep and you get too connected into their spirit, you can actually fragment. You can get like a piece of their energy body in your body. And they're almost like little, they're like little leeches, like I forget what you call them. They're almost like little snakes. And they will get in your body, and you need to get that cleared. You can do it through tantric work. You can do it through ayahuasca. I don't recommend doing drugs like ayahuasca, though. You can do it through going to a qigong, medical qigong master. They can pull it out of you. I had one pulled out of me. That was wicked. If you do have attachments from other people, it's good to go get clearing from someone that's a specialist. A shaman or a medical qigong master usually. My friend Jim, he's a medical qigong master, and years ago I had an attachment from someone, and he was working on me, and it started moving like a snake. It was like jumping, and I could feel it, like I would feel pain somewhere, and he would go to it with his hand. I would just be laying there. I wasn't saying anything, doing anything. I would feel the pain, and he would go to there, and he would try to grab it, and then it would like swish to another side, and then he would go there with his hands, and so he was trying to pull it, and he finally got it, and he grabbed it and pulled it out of me. So if you do have something like that, that's what's causing the pain. That wouldn't be your clairsentience. It's just a connection probably to someone. I see different visions of paths I can take and the outcomes. Yeah, you probably just need to do more meditation work and clearing. Yeah. So you want to move your energies. You want to open your chakras. And you guys, I have a lot of videos on this already. I'm not going to go too much into it. You can watch my videos on how to open the chakras. I have a couple of those. I have deepmeditationcourse.com free videos on my meditative stuff. I also have a tantric meditation video course that you can purchase for $25. That's like my full sequence that I do every day for channeling. So I'll show you guys a couple of little things, but I've done this with you guys so much. I know a lot of my followers already know this stuff. So I don't want to spend, too much time on it. You can always go to my other videos. But you start with the bottom, like I was saying earlier. You start at the bottom chakra. You always want to move up, because these down here are usually the most blocked of all of your chakras. Like a lot of times if you're a light worker and stuff, it's like, oh, right. And even your heart chakra is like, I'm all right. And then down here it's like, So if you can open these up, you're really going to start moving energy, and you're going to just be able to open all the chakras and use all those different psychic abilities. I was told different things, but you don't understand them, or what are? I don't understand. Okay, so the root chakra, this one right here at the very bottom of your spine, is a good one to really start with. So as many of you know, I always say to do this, where you're breathing in this way, and then breathe out back here, right? And you want to really move that root chakra around on a pillow, so it starts activating that energy down there, that chi, right? So that's the root chakra. You start moving it around. You can do sound vibratory work, and the sound of that chakra is So you might breathe in, and then Where is she seeing the comments? So anyways, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Okay, so you breathe in. Okay, ocean breath. So ocean breath is very important to do when you're doing any type of meditative work. And with ocean breath, what you want to do is you just want to, constrict your throat, be as loud as you possible, and just breathe in. And when you breathe out, same thing. Just be very loud. It's like Darth Vader sounding breath, right? Oh, you were told you were a seer and a healer, but I don't know what they are or what to do with it. A seer is clairvoyance, and a healer is just a healer. You could be any type of healer, anything from a counselor to an energy worker to anything at all where you help people. So a light worker, And if you're a seer, you're clairvoyant. Most people are clairvoyant, and if you're not already clairvoyant, you can easily do clairvoyant work, which, you just meditate. So, what do I think of saving yourself for one special person? How can I connect with my spirit guides? Well, Amy, this isn't really about soulmates today, so I'll save that one for another time. How to connect with your spirit guides. I have a video on that actually on YouTube, so check out my spirit guide video. And I do a whole workshop on spirit guide connection, but it's all about opening your heart chakra. As soon as you open your heart chakra, you can usually become very clairaudient. You just have to start listening and paying attention. Allow the thoughts to come in, but you have to still your mind first, and that's the big thing. That's why we always say in light work to always meditate, because my YouTube is Brandy Joy TV. So it's Brandy, Brandy, and then Joy, Joy, and then TV, Brandy Joy TV. So check out my YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos on there. I have spirit guide videos and everything. So if you were trying to tap in with your spirit guides, definitely watch that. If you have any questions, I also do mentorship. I do, a lot of webinars, a lot of workshops, and I want to do more because I know a lot of stuff when it comes to the metaphysics. I've developed myself a whole lot over the past 20 years, and I love sharing it with other people because we need as many light workers in this world today as possible. In fact, with all of the root chakra problems and the second chakra problems that we're having, that's something that I do want to talk about one evening. I think it's very important for more people to be doing this work. First chakra issues is lying, right? Because when you lie to yourself and when you lie to other people, you're lying to yourself. And that first chakra, that root chakra, is about your survival and your self-esteem and like feeling grounded and stuff. And when you lie, who are you? You don't know who you are, right? And that's a lot of people's problems. And the second chakra is connection to other people. Can you trust anyone? Can you connect to yourself? Can you trust yourself? Intuitively, can you trust yourself? That's that second chakra. So the first chakra and the second chakra issues are huge especially in the United States. Think about how violent I won't even turn on a television. Think about how violent the television is, or movies, right? And video games. Why are people killing people like they are? Well, because they're desensitized from the root chakra. And all these chakras are so stagnant. The first root chakra is so important, and if it's not stimulated, if it's not moving, people look to go stimulate it. And how do they look to go stimulate the lower chakras? Well, they look for horror. They look for things that make them afraid, and that stimulates their first chakra, but not in a good way. But they don't know any good way to do it. All right. The second chakra they stimulate through sex, because they don't know a good way to do it. Okay, so that's why people are becoming very numb to other people. That's why they're killing people. Anyways, I could go on and on about that. I have a degree in psychology, and I actually did a whole thesis that took me 2 years studying how the media affects people. And so I had to do all kinds of research on the studies about media affecting people and all the studies they did on it, like little kids and stuff. And yes, it desensitizes people tremendously, and it really screws people up 100%. It's really sad. And I know that I'm speaking to a lot of light workers, so you know this stuff. Anyways, my rant. Yeah, it's brainwashing, yes. Your root and your sacral chakra have been blocked for months, and I can't seem to unblock them. Yeah, so yeah, you start with this, right? And you have to do the breath work, and you can just go, you can hear this old couch, it's a 1969. It's really old, you hear it squeaking. But it's just, and like I was saying earlier, you definitely watch some of my videos on the tantric work. And the second chakra, you can breathe in and relax, and then arch your back, you know, and relax your stomach, and breathe in. And then exhale, and you want to, like, thrust your hips forward and tighten down there. Tighten right above your pelvic bone, and breathe out. Inhale, exhale, and tighten. Inhale, exhale. So that's that clairsentience, that's that second chakra. That will help open it up. Okay, and you can also add in the sound ooh. That's the sound of that chakra. So it's ooh, ooh. Yeah, and it becomes, you know, when you're doing this work, a lot of times people are, you know, when they see tantric work, they're like, oh my God, it's sexual. Yes, well, we're human beings, we're animals, and yes, that is a part of how we connect. So, you know, don't be afraid of it. Just try it out when you're alone and you're comfortable on a pillow or a couch or something. Even if right now, if you could do it, it'd be awesome. And you'll become so much more freer, right, as you do this. So, do you find that the light workers get involved with people stuck in lower chakras? How does one stop giving away too much? Yeah, Catherine. Good question. Yes, absolutely. As light workers, that is why we're here. We're earth angels. We are here to help and assist people, that souls, I should say, that have patterns and issues from past lives, and they're not developing as well as they should. And, you know, so we're here to help them, and we are, by contract, here to help, you know, and you know, nothing really happens without a spiritual reason behind it, right? So yes, you can get caught up with people with low chakra issues very easily. I know I do. And I'm always trying to help them. I'm like, oh, you have no chakra issues, I can help. But then they have to help themselves too. And that's where it comes down to setting yourself boundaries as a light worker. You have to say, okay, this is my boundary right here. Once, you know, I can help you, but you have to want it more than me. And you have to help yourself more than I'm helping you. Because if the person is not helping themselves, and you're trying to pull them, that becomes codependency, right? That becomes a very unhealthy vampirism, right? Where you're giving too much of yourself, and you're just constantly pulling them up, and then they just pull you back down, and they're draining your energy. So you have to have boundaries. Just like I said with this last guy, I said, all right, I find out he's lying to me again, because he had already lied to me a little bit, and it wasn't anything bad before. It was just a lie, and I was like, you know, and I told him, don't lie. I don't care what you do. We can just be friends, whatever. Just don't lie. And he lied to me, and that was my boundary. And so when they revealed that to me, I said, listen, got to cut you off. You lied to me. That's the big deal for me. And as a light worker, you definitely don't want your root chakra messed with, which is when people lie. That's a big issue. I've read if you don't answer your calling to be a healer or light worker, it causes your own body to have pain and problems. Hey, Linda. It was weird, but I don't understand what it meant. I struggle with setting boundaries really bad. Yeah, Kelly. Oh, thank you. Well, you know, boundaries you just got to set. You got to, you know, and that's probably from the way that you have been raised as well. A lot of times light workers have very traumatizing relationships, especially as a child. A lot of times you go through a lot, so then you can help other people. So you understand a lot of different problems, right? And so we have boundary issues a lot of times. But over the years, I've had to learn myself how to set boundaries. And you just have to say, okay, what is my boundary? At what point do I cut somebody off? At what point do, and then you have to learn how to say, no, that's it. And you have to be able to move on at that point. But yeah, your crown chakra, that sound is A. So if, once you move all of the energy up, you can then start really vibrating, the crown chakra. Yeah. If you need to shield, I always suggest starting with the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. And I have a video on that. I have the whole demonstration video and the walkthrough. So if you want to learn how to do the lesser banishing ritual, YouTube, brandyjoy.com, Facebook, I'm all on there with all my videos. And that's actually my most popular video. So if you just go to my YouTube channel and you click on most popular filter on my channel, you'll see lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. And that helps you to clear the energy, clear your energy, expand your aura, and it helps you to shield yourself better as well. The crown chakra, though, is A. So if you want to vibrate the crown chakra for the claircognizance, or the knowing, you would just go, breathe in, right? And you'll feel the vibration, the tingly up here in the crown chakra when you vibrate A, right? So each chakra has a sound, and you should be doing vibratory work. That should be the main thing that you're doing to develop your abilities, besides breath work. Breath work, pranayama, which is energy, right? Prana. So it's all about moving the energy and bringing oxygen into the bloodstream and just really enhancing your own energy, your own spiritual energy. So pranayama, breath work, is first, and then do the vibratory work. So you can even do the pore breathing to expand your aura, which I do all the time. You breathe in, and you imagine that all of your pores have energy just pulling, or air just pulling all into them, right? And then when you exhale, you imagine it's going out. And that will expand your aura. You don't want to expand your aura too much without also shielding yourself, because I've done that and you start attracting things because everybody sees your light on the astral. It's like, oh, look at that light. You have to know how to pull it in too. And if you just breathe in and you imagine that all the energy is coming in through all your pores, that it will actually shield you a little bit, as long as you end like that. Hey, Molly. Yeah, Kelly. I hope that answered a lot of your questions. Any last questions before I let everybody go for the evening? My bunch of high priestesses and high priests. Any last questions? No? Everybody good? Oh, thank you, Catherine. Yeah, I hope that helped everybody. Thanks, Angela. Awesome. Oh, thanks. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It's always a lot of fun. We have to share and spread the love and light as much as possible, right? When we can help each other, we can help more people, and we can help the world a little better. So that's what's really important today. Especially in the past couple of years have been crazy, in the world. So thank you for what you do, everyone. Thank you so much for spreading the love. Thank you for learning with me and with your other lightworker friends. And thank you for joining me tonight, everybody. Aw, you're in the UK. Yeah, definitely sad there too right now. Oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah. All right. I'll stick around for another minute, see if anybody has any last questions, and then I will sign off for the evening. So if anybody has anything, let me know. Sometimes I get a really interesting question at the end, so. Namaste. Thank you. If anybody wants a reading, I do readings. Actually, I'm going to do a reading right now, when I get off here. if anybody wants to be mentored, let me know. I also have the mini tarot class and the mini meditation class. Okay, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern for your weekly tarot forecast for next week. Is there, Angel, anything me do? I don't understand the question. You would like to, Rachel? Cool. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know. Can you reword that question? I don't know what you meant there. Will I find love with Casey? I'm not doing free readings, if that's what you're asking. Oh, my website, brandyjoy.com is my main blog website where all my videos are. And then I also, and you can actually take my tarot mini course there. What else do I have? My booking there. I have Vibe Courses, VIBE, vibecourses.com. Oh, okay, Carly. Cool. Hey, Tanya. Yeah, if I don't get back to you guys tonight, if you do message me, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I have a reading after this. Are angels around me? I don't know, probably. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. Does angel have say that miss in my mediumship? I don't understand that question. All right. Bye for now, everybody. Love and light to you. Hey, Ryan. You just missed it. Watch the replay, okay? I'm going to head off. Night, everybody. How many addictions with your chakras? I don't understand. How many addictions with your chakras? Do you mean... Okay. All right. Thanks, Carly. Thanks, Tanya. Good night, everybody. And you're welcome to send me questions as well on Messenger that I could talk about, during these live broadcasts. You could also join Vibe Tribe, which is my Facebook community, my closed private Facebook community, and you can even pose questions there, and we all are a community and we talk and everything. It's great. So if you're not in Vibe Tribe, you definitely want to join Vibe Tribe. So. Oh, about addictions and chakras. Oh yeah, I've done some stuff on that before. Yeah, I could do I'll do a video on that. That would be really good, actually, on addictions and chakras. That's a great idea. I did that, I remember, at some point in the past year. I remember talking about that one night. I can't remember what that video was. I don't remember if it was actually on addictions or if it was I was just rambling about it. But yeah, great topic choice. I like it. Yeah, really important. All right. Love and light, everybody. I will see you on Monday, if not sooner. Bye for now. Message me if you need anything.